Before the standardized metal box, global trade moved at a snail's pace. Back in the 1950s, unloading a single cargo ship could tie up operations for over a week, needing up to 500 longshoremen. To put that into perspective, imagine 500 people manually unloading a massive distribution center, item by item. Each ship was loaded with maybe 20,000 individual packages. This bottleneck really choked global trade, with ports handling a mere 3,000 tons of mixed cargo daily. It's a wonder anything moved at all. This whole system had barely changed for thousands of years. Honestly, it felt like logistics had just shrugged and said, good enough. But clearly it wasn't. Longshoremen relied on sheer muscle and simple tools, managing about 12 tons per hour per gang. Damage and theft ran rampant, with an estimated 5 to 10% of cargo vanishing. Fast forward to today. A single modern container ship holds over 24,000 TEUs, effectively replacing hundreds of older ships and their crews. Back then, each of those older ships needed 100 to 200 longshoremen per gang, working for days. It's like trying to move your entire house, one spoon at a time. And the delays at the docks? They could tack on an extra 30 days to a journey, costing companies $20,000 a day. In 1950, world trade was only $63 billion US. This whole messy process meant handling every box, barrel, or sack individually. Break bulk cargo also ate up 200% more dockside space for the same amount of goods. More chaos, more work. Longshore work was incredibly dangerous, with accident rates 5 times higher than in factories. The whole gang system led to corruption and unpredictable staffing. Back in 1956, a trucking guy had this wild idea. What if we just put truck trailers straight onto a ship? They tested it on this modified oil tanker, the Ideal X, with just 58 trailers. Suddenly, loading costs dropped from nearly $6 a ton to a mere 16 cents. That's a 97% slash. The mastermind was Malcolm McLean, a trucking titan who knew zero about ships. His real genius? The box. A simple steel frame, 8 by 8 feet, designed to fit everywhere. But dock workers saw it as a death sentence for thousands of jobs. McLean, so sure of himself, sold his trucking business for $25 million to start Sealand service. Next up, building special ships, and by 1962, they had the first cellular vessels with internal guides. Then, in 1966, containers started crossing the Atlantic from New Jersey to Rotterdam. The Vietnam War was a weird catalyst. The military became a huge paying customer for Sealand. This really pushed things forward. By 1969, Sealand was moving over 1 million tons of cargo annually and finally making serious money. The global system clicked into place in 1968 when ISO standardized those corner fittings. Think of it like getting every country to agree on one universal charging cable for global trade. And get this, McLean gave away all his patents for free. Ports today handle 10,000 TEUs a day, the same volume that gets your online order to your door. Driving this is the ship-to-shore crane, a giant that can lift 65 tons at once. These gantry cranes now soar 150 meters high, taller than a 50-story building, reshaping city skylines. Each one shifts a 65-ton container every 2 minutes, a speed no human could match. Underneath it all, automated guided vehicles ferry containers with robotic accuracy across sprawling terminals. These terminals cover over 1,000 acres, about 750 football fields. The biggest container ships themselves carry over 24,000 TEUs and stretch 400 meters long. That's longer than 4 football fields laid end to end. Worldwide, ports process more than 800 million TEUs each year. Straddle carriers join the ballet, stacking up to 60 containers every hour. This immense operation burns a ton of power. A major port uses as much electricity annually as a city of 100,000 homes. Even with all this automation, thousands of skilled workers are still crucial for keeping everything running. New port projects like Oman's Port of Duqm are colossal, multi-billion-dollar undertakings planned for the next 100 years. It's a symphony of synchronized engineering, really. Over 90% of the world's non-bulk cargo moves by sea in containers, the invisible backbone of our global economy. This system reshaped consumer culture, with over $100 trillion in goods flowing globally each year. The cost of shipping a ton of cargo plummeted from over $5 pre-container to just 16 cents today, a 97% reduction. This dramatic drop made global supply chains viable. A typical container ship can carry the equivalent inventory of 16,000 unique products, redefining consumer choice. This efficiency birthed the just-in-time supply chain, where goods traverse over 20,000 nautical miles, often spending mere hours in port. Global manufacturing now relies on these swift movements. A single smartphone can cross 6 international borders before reaching your pocket. What happens when this finely tuned system falters? The ever-given blockage in the Suez Canal cost the global economy $9 billion daily. Global trade is incredibly efficient, yet surprisingly fragile. Ports face rising sea levels, increased cyber threats, and the critical need for zero-emission operations by 2050. This pushes innovation further. The future of containerization involves hyper-automation, reducing human intervention to near zero. Modern megaships like the Ever-a-Lot carry 24,000 TEUs. That's a stack of containers towering 1,600 feet, taller than the Empire State Building. But convenience has a cost. Shipping emissions contribute 3% of global CO2, a stark reminder of the environmental impact. Blockchain technology is emerging to secure digital tracking, ensuring transparency from origin to destination. The speed of global trade is astonishing. A container can travel 20,000 kilometers in just 15 days, circling Earth halfway.